Okay, I think this is gonna work this time. Hi, everybody. Miss Moon here, and I'm here to talk about this right here. It hit my feed days ago, and I've kind of just been rewatching it over and over again. I definitely want to play it through, obviously, so there's context to the video, but I'm not going to do that thing where I pause every few seconds to explain something. I'm going to let it play through, and then we're going to go from there. And God have mercy on all of us. Boom. Okay. There's stuff. There's stuff to talk about. First off, nostalgia is itching and scratching, both at the same time. We have the oldies, which is Hey You, Dear God in Heaven. I both love that song, and if I hear it one more time, God help me. There is no in between. So we have that. Also, dude is watching a forest video. Yes, there is a red canoe, but this is a forest video. um, which is great. Um, there it says that he is 2.3847 AU from Earth, which I asked what exactly what that was. An AU is astronomical unit, like I think. I've never understood that, and that's fine. But what I got whenever I looked it up was that the astronomical it's like 221.7 million miles, or 356.8 million kilometers from Earth. Um, it says that this places the object within the solar system, specifically in or near the main asteroid belt, which lies between 2.2 and 3.2 AU from the sun. At the closest location I can get is the asteroid belt, which is between Mars and Jupiter. So that's significantly far away from Earth. If all of that is correct, if all that holds. Again, I'm not a specialist. I don't know anything about that. He's watching the forest. He's 2.3847 AU away from Earth, we think. But the funny thing about this to me is that it doesn't say he's 2.3847 AU from Earth. It says to Earth, which means he is traveling to Earth, I assume. Another constant that is in these is usually there's some connection to a child. At least that was prominent in the first forest. And I have seen this over here. I have watched, I haven't watched. I've gauged approximately 2 responses to this video. One was when I posted it to my friends in our Discord for gaming. And the other was watching Mad Vlad react to it. And Mad Vlad pointed out this, and I was very happy that he did, because I might not have noticed that. I was so focused on this and the cans, because that's from Forest 2, that I probably might not have noticed that on the first viewing. But there's always a connection to a child, and this one says something about daddy going to space or something, or daddy went to space. So this person, potentially a father, So that kind of grounds us next to the forest, the original forest. Crunchy Munchies in the soda reminds me of Suns. I I don't know why you need the holographic light up stuff on your cereal box, but that's just me. Anyway, something happens and everything malfunctions on this ship. I think let's back this up a minute. Vlad pointed out this right here, this weird sort of dotted lines sort of thing, and said that it kind of looks like the Puff Corp logo, which I think that's a paper. So it could be, but it could also be some sort of weird sort of star chart thing. I'm not. Somebody pointed out that there's a real engine thing in here somewhere. I don't remember which that was, but we very quickly get to like four 743 like billion AU from Earth, which is significantly farther away. You're with your two robotic helpers and a grabby arm here. And your little two robotic helpers are there, and you're on what looks to be an alien landscape, which I'm not saying it's not an alien landscape. It's certainly alien to me. There's all this weird wildlife. Lack of trees worries me, but I mean, then we have things like this up here and bat-winged demons or whatever going on. Um, and your little alien helpers are helping to scan different life. This here is something that kind of got me thinking, because this appears to be a humanoid figure, and they are either eaten up with parasites, mutated, or modified, or all three. It could be that the parasites mutate them and it modifies the form to continue existing so that the parasites can continue existing. But they're definitely a humanoid form modified to exist or continue existing. I wouldn't say living. You live like this, girl? Anyway, but you're scanning that too. Um and then there are these colossal, obviously alien creatures, along with not so colossal. Well, then there's that thing, whatever it is. Um, and we get to this. So the thing that we don't know what happens. We have no idea, but it appears that the setting is now sci-fi. You're still surviving. Um, and there's still horror elements, obviously. But we're looking at it through a sci-fi lens instead of a modern lens. I would argue that the suns and forests have always been sci-fi, um, with a little bit of weird sort of non-sci-fi, like devils and what was it? It was the demons. It was the demons in Suns that you could fight with a cross. It's definitely not science fiction, or is it? But anyway, um, you, I'm not unhappy with this. There appears to be certain transitions, like we have monsters now, so I suppose that's monsters instead of mutants. Are these things, these parasitic things, going to replace our cannibals? That's my question. Um, or will we have actual predators that replace the cannibals? Because we saw other wildlife and things that were trying to do stuff. But these monsters could replace our mutants, which I mean, if you want to take it a step up, this milk monster here is definitely taking it a step up. Um, y- it it's not. I'm not mad, especially at any of this. Futuristic technology wouldn't be a bad thing to bring forward, but there doesn't appear to be a lot of forest in this forest, so I don't know how much of this survivability is going to be reconfiguring your ship to house you or using the landscape to survive. There are obviously strange animals and alien critters. The thing that I am interested in is if this is the place, like if this place is connected to Earth somehow, if this is where we're getting our artifact stuff from, our alien stuff from, the stuff that makes mutants essentially in the Forest franchise. Is that where is this the place where that is coming from? Which led me to wonder if it really is um, if it really actually is, an alternate, like, are you on an alien planet, or did something break and you're not actually that far from Earth? You're at an Earth that's so far in the future that you don't recognize it as Earth, and the cannibals, which are now these weird parasitic people, um, are what's left behind on Earth, and these alien types are the monsters that were connected to Earth from other planes that just showed up after humans started to not do as well in survivability aspects on the planet. Because once again, yes, it says that we're like 740 million billion million whatever miles, not miles, AU from Earth. But Earth is not a fixed point. It's moving through space and time. So if whatever the accident happened that blew us off course from 2 to 740 million AUs, um, messed with space-time continuum, then who's to say that this isn't actually Earth in the future, and that we didn't travel to Earth, but it's from the point that's so far away from the Earth that we knew that the fixed point in space that was Earth that we were traveling to is just gone, it's far away, and this is the new place. I don't know if any of this is making sense, but, I have to say I'm still kind of excited about it. I still want to know more. And Vlad pointed out EndNight lies. not not in a bad way. EndNight doesn't like say that we're gonna give you a game and then not give it to you. EndNight shows you stuff and it gives you just enough to come to a conclusion, and then meh, like maybe that's true, maybe it's not, but then by the time that they've released it, it's something completely different. Some people are good enough to figure it out, but not this chick usually. I just usually go along for the ride and wait for the answer to be given to me eventually over time. I like to let the story unfold, which there's a whole other bunch of things that I want to talk about with that. The point that I'm trying to make is that there were a lot of good, fun things in both Forest games. And I hope that those things are still in the new one, while the frustrations and the craziness is not not as hmm, prevalent, or the game is released in such a way, like Baldur's Gate 3, like the original Forest, where the devs can hear what the community says and then have positive feedback incorporated into whatever they do moving forward. I don't want the ending right away. Hell, I don't even want all the solutions right away. I just want a game that is an enjoyable. I'm not against speedrunners. You do your thing. Have your fun whatever way you want. But I don't want to ever speedrun a game. I want to enjoy and sprawl and relax in a game. One thing that both The Forest and Sons has taught me is that I can enjoy the game, doing whatever the hell I want in it, setting whatever goal I want in it, and boy, have I been enjoying the game on different modes. And it's a little sad and a little nostalgic because I don't have my friends with me. But when I set small building goals and achieve those, or repair goals and achieve those are a lot more enjoyable. So I think that one thing that both The Forest and Sons of the Forest had, and this is obvious to me at least, um, if you wanted to occupy your time without an objective, you could, because you could make your own objective by building, crafting, surviving. The story, the horror elements, all of that stuff can be breadcrumb to you over a certain period of time. Certain flag posts and things could be reached in order to reach the next bit of story. And I don't think that would be a bad idea. I moving forward, I think that would be a great thing to have, is you know, uh story being something that's sprawling as being able to build and survive. I think that would be fun. Anyway, that's I'm gonna it's gonna be fun to edit this. I will talk to you guys later, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen in the future, and I hate to say anything. I'm working on stuff. I hope to see everybody in the future. Okay, thanks, love you, bye-bye, or go yourself. Either way, later.